With the coming presidential election between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, feminism has become a huge topic of debate, especially because they have such differing views.
Research shows that there's a huge disconnect between what it really means to be a feminist versus what society has turned it into. So,
What is a feminist?
in July of 1848, the first Women's Rights Convention was held in Seneca Falls. The women's suffrage movement was the first movement to spur feminism by fighting for equal voting rights. The convention even spoke of the fundamentals of feminism, and throughout history, feminists have continued to fight for equality. So,
A feminist, according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary definition, is a person who supports feminism being a belief in the social, political, and economic equality of the sexes. However, today's views on feminism and what it means to be a feminist are very different from the original definition.
today, the word feminist elicits a negative connotation and is seen as a form of radicalism against men. There's even a popular website called I Don't Need Feminism, where people state reasons why they don't support feminism. However, these are all misconceptions and a perfect example of how society still needs feminists because, by turning feminist into a dirty word, this just shows that there is still inequality between the sexes.
I asked myself the same question, though, about why it's developed a negative connotation. I asked myself this question when I was a freshman at Penn State, actually, and I think feminism will have a negative connotation until speaking about uncomfortable things becomes more comfortable. People don't want to talk about their own prejudice or admit that their thoughts and beliefs are deeply shaped by our social, cultural, and political environment. So it's understandable that feminism has a negative connotation because it's personal, it's uncomfortable, and it's unconventional.
These are some common images that go through people's minds when they hear the word radical feminist.
You'll hear people talk about radical feminists burning bras and hating men, and while yes, some bras were burned, and I'm sure some women hate certain men, that's not radical feminism. It's not even close. Radical feminists lead the movement even when it feels like there is no movement.
Since feminism is such a controversial topic currently, celebrities are even adding their own opinion, either declaring themselves feminists or reasons why they aren't. Pop icon Taylor Swift originally stated that she wasn't a feminist and then learned the actual meaning and is now an advocate. Emma Watson is also an advocate and has started her own campaign called He for She. In response to the I Don't Need Feminism website, a new website was created called I Need Feminism, where people give examples of gender inequality or just state their support. These men and women go behind what it actually means to be a feminist.
To me, being a feminist is personal. It means regularly practicing humanity. Speaking up when someone does or says something unjust or disrespectful, showing up when someone claims you don't belong, listening with a conscious, open mind, and voting, always voting for democracy.
President Obama is even quoted to redefine what 21st century feminism is about. Feminism is all about equality, so why wouldn't you be a feminist? Especially if you're a woman. To be a woman and say you aren't a feminist, then you're just working at holding yourself back and letting men hold you back. Just remember the original definition of a feminist.
So protest is good and progress is imminent, especially with feminism.